Hello, everyone. I say everybody, it's only 10 people in tonight. See you in the side chat. Andy GSA Tractor, no problem, mate. You're going to be working tonight, so no worries about coming in. There's always next time, so no worries there, mate. Blake's Pipes, you've just uploaded your first video. Oh, well done, mate. That's great news. Is that on your channel, Blake's Pipes, I guess? Let us know about that one. Flat Cap Racer, hi, mate. Guys, I've had a nightmare day. I've had a lot of technical issues trying to get the video out today. Without boring you too much, I've the editor that I use. I've been trying to set the settings for it to get the maximum out of the 4K, which makes it a better viewing experience for you. Unfortunately, there's a few ways of doing that, and each way there's no clear way of actually knowing what setting to use, and each setting kind of does its own thing, but may not suit the camera equipment that you're actually using it on. So it's just been a nightmare, really has. So I spent all day trying to hello Peaky, come on in if you want, my friend. So I spent all day trying to get that to work. I've uploaded the video which had meant to be going out today. I dread to think, probably 6 times now. And yeah, each time it takes about 3 hours, or no, tired and tried and tested away. That's fine. Yeah, so it's just been really, a real nightmare. In fact, I've had a few situations like that recently, a couple of walk rounds that I've recently done as well. I actually found out that I was filming in HD rather than 4K. So I've had to refilm those as well. So that's half a day gone as well. All part of the learning curve, isn't it? So what have I been up to? Well, I've just been really busy filming. I had a week off, to film a lot of videos, and I've had five bikes which to film. People say that it seems really fun having those bikes in the garage, but in all honesty, there's a lot of prep work to do. As soon as those bikes come off the lorry and into my garage, then the heat is on. I can assure you, there's a lot to do when you consider each bike takes about a day and a half, I would say, to film, and not allowing for any cock-ups along the way. So yeah, get the violins out, but yeah, it's just part of it, isn't it? It's all part of the learning curve. And as much as it's doing my head in, I still love doing YouTube. So, and bringing you the videos, of course, which is the most important thing. So it's open mic night tonight, which means that I'm going to put the link into the side chat. I will do that now, actually. So if you're a subscriber, if you're somebody who's watching this, whether you have a YouTube channel or not, feel free to come on in. All right. Now, how do I do this? Copy, and then know what my technical skills are like at the moment. Right, there's the link. So yeah, just click that link if you've got make sure you got semi-decent sound or a mic or something. A phone will do it, and you can come in and have a chat with me. Cheer me up. No, anyway, so a couple of things I want to mention, actually. Now, first of all, there's a channel which Epic Adam actually put me on, which was a channel called Quick Rides, which is a chap called Simon Quick. Sadly, we lost him. A bit of a sudden. He died suddenly. Sadly. Now, I'd never heard of him before. I looked back on some of his videos, and he was you know what? Those videos are absolutely fantastic. His personality come through. He's really seemed quite confident on camera. It was mainly workshop videos that he done, but they were not your normal workshop videos. He had a nice setup. He's also very good at fabricating steel, and he made all sorts of different things. And it was such a loss to YouTube and all his subscribers. I think he had around 10,000 followers, subscribers. something like that. But either way, very sad to lose him because, as I say, I haven't watched much of his stuff before I found out about this. But going into his channel, it's actually a really good watch. So thoughts are with him and his family. So thanks for Adam as well for giving me the heads up on that. Here, how many have we got? 16 at the moment. Oh, it's not a good turnout, but that's all right. It's a bit of a on the spur thing anyway. Andy, enter the weirdos. Yeah, so true, mate. Hit the thumbs up. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. Absolutely, that does help me a lot. And yeah, that would be good. Happy Father's Day, Blake. Hope you've all had a good day on that front. I've got a couple new t-shirts and a Toblerone and a nice card as well, so that's good. It's my wife's first time without her dad this year, so I've had to be, thoughtful on her side of things. Slow Rider, hello, my friend. How's it going? Flat Cap, yeah, I've said hello to you, but hello again. Ken Brooks, hello, my friend. And we're down to 12 people. So it's only going to be a quick one tonight. If anybody's got any questions that they want to ask me, fire away. I'm totally open tonight. Okay, so Epic Adams had a video out today about should he sell his Roy Enfield Himalayan, which was kind of a teaser because he was speaking about the Triumph Scrambler, which he likes. So yeah, that is Triumph Scrambler or the Himalayan, two different bikes, aren't they? Two different brands, two different, do different things, don't they? But no wrong decision there. But obviously the Triumph Scrambler will have more power, a lot more power. Those HT high torque engines are, pull like a train. They really are very good indeed. But is it going to be as much fun as the Himalayan? You certainly couldn't take it off road. It's not so suited to off road and lanes and things like that. That's for sure. But yeah, it's everybody likes different bikes, don't they? And yes, I was just going to mention that Flat Cap Saddlebag 73 made a fantastic video. You must see that if you haven't seen it already. It's part one of his Island series where he's gone over with a friend of his, Mark Most Wanted. Friend of ours, probably. Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Friend of ours, but friend of his. He introduced me to Mark at the ride outs. Lovely chap. And yeah, they put the first video out today. It's fantastic. And the reason that it's fantastic really is that the friendship between them really comes across. They've gone over to Ireland together on a week's holiday. They've met up with Bullet Wanderer as well. He's on YouTube. He has a Roy Enfield Bullet, and you just really get the energy from that video that they were having such a good time. A bit like me on the CCM video, similar sort of thing there. So, Mark Hutchins, hello, mate. Ash Tech Biker, hello, Ash. Devon Jace, even and all. Just setting up. I'll be in 5 minutes. Yeah, go for it, mate. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, Peaky. Yes, catch you in a second. Siggy Phillips. Yeah, that Hornet was fantastic. I've just sent that back, actually. I've got 2 videos coming up on it. I've put a couple teaser videos out already. The last ride video and all that. Yeah, the Hornet is... Yeah, a bit of a spoiler alert, but we all know anyway, don't we, that the Hornet is a fantastic machine. It really is. And for £7,000, it's got the self-cancelling indicators, the TFT screen, which is superb. It's great power down low and surprising power at the top end. Easy to pop a wheelie on that one. And yes, I highly recommend the Honda Hornet. It's absolutely superb. Yeah, good. Thanks, Siggy. Yeah, I'll be honest. That's what I meant to bring out tonight was the Honda Hornet video, but it's still messing me around and uploading at the moment. So it will happen in time. I will probably send it out tomorrow night. I think that's my thoughts at the moment. if it renders in time and if it's ready to go, because at the moment it's just stuck on YouTube side of things processing the 4K, which, to be fair, I did upload it as I do all my videos in a really high bit rate, so it's got a lot to put up with, but still it's still taken longer than what it normally does for some reason. I don't know why. What else I can say? Right, so ABR festival, who's going to the ABR? Have we got anyone in here at the moment going to the ABR fest? I'll be there I'm actually going up on the Thursday, so I'm going a day early, so that should be good. I'm going up with a friend of mine. Oh, that's a shame, Howie. I was looking forward to seeing you. I'm not sure if I'll be at the ABR this year. Things go okay, mate. Fine. Okay. Shame. I was looking forward to seeing you. But hey ho. If anyone doesn't know about the story about the ABR last year, Howie went up and I knew that he was camping in the field somewhere. So I thought I'll be with you in a minute, Peaky. And so what I'd done was I went looking for him around the field. Took me about an hour to find his bike and the tent, and stuck my head in the tent and said, "Hello, Harry," like that. Tried to shock him, and it wasn't his tent; it was somebody else's bike, which was the only BMW S1000 I saw there. So I thought it's got to be him. As it happened, he'd already gone home, and he'd gone home early. So hey ho, Beaky, thanks for coming on, mate.
How you doing, okay? Yeah, okay. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, good sound. Everything's doodle dandy. What have you been up to, my friend?
Sorted. Just went down to Super Sausage today. Just getting myself back ready. Just nice riding, gentle distances.
Yeah. After your long jaunt. So let's say I think we should tackle that straight away. You've recently done the coast to coast charity run, haven't you, around the UK?
Yeah. So it was 4,573 miles in 10 days. So it was just. I was only talking to Uncle Red today because I went down to Milton Keynes and met up with Rev Bomb and now Biker as well. So we were just chatting about it really, and I was saying the first couple of days because you're keen and eager to get into it, I didn't anyway. I was like, I'll do 3 or 4 hours at a time, and rather than actually properly scheduling my stops because I was keen, I was just smashing through it. And then the first real bad day was day 4 when my visor broke. So I ended up having to come down to Dundee, finish my route. I had to take my visor off, take my helmet apart basically, and then come down to Dundee, finish my day, and then ride back up into Perth, and then basically try and sort my helmet out. Phoning people, trying to sort people.
How did it break?
So basically, because the wind, the vibration just rattled one of the bolts out the side of the LS2 loose, and obviously I took loads of little bits and bobs. You know what I mean?
Took everything, but nothing that you need.
Nothing that I needed. But I ended up then going to this old boy, basically Skinner's in Perth, and he was just like, we started talking. It basically had remember the old big black bins that the bin men used to use, put on the shoulder and tip them in. He had one of them just full of nuts and bolts, and he went, work your way through there, mate. If you got it, you can have it. And I was just like, oh mate. But luckily, after about 40 minutes, I found one. But sorted that out. But from then, that was kind of the start of the down points, if I can say that, of riding, because it was just getting to me mentally, physically, just the amount of hours I was doing on the bike. So it was all right.
So what was the worst? Was that your worst moment that happened there? Because it could be a lot worse, couldn't it? But
I'd say not the worst moment, but the worst day was going from Bournemouth to Land's End, because it was a Saturday and it was beautiful weather, so there was just, obviously on the coast, there was just a lot of people, trying to get to the coast, and there was just lines of traffic. So my average was about between 400 and 450 miles a day, and that day I think I did 210 or something, and it just it just snapped me, because what I was trying to do at the start, whilst I was keen, was knock like 50-60 mile off the next day. So it got to a point where I was I was probably about 230, 250 mile ahead of myself in mileage wise.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, when that happened, I was like back to square one again. So all that time that I'd built up, I was back down to what I should be. So,
Yeah.
you know, it's one of them.
I think we should say as well that you've done it for charity, didn't we?
Oh yeah, yeah. So I did it for. Hold on a minute. Hold on.
All right.
My dog's got to get on the act all the time.
Yeah, it'll be snoring in a minute. That's what normally happens.
So yeah, I did it for a charity just close to my heart, which is a charity called Scottish Little Soldiers. And what that does, it deals with or helps children that have lost a parent due to serving within the army. So it could be anything. It could be, you know, a road traffic incident. There could have been like myself and my mate. He got killed in Afghan. So, you know, and it kind of helps them. So what it does, it basically gives them a pot of money that they can go straight to counselling rather than going through the government system of CAMS, which takes about 18 months to get into the system. So
yeah, government system of what? Sorry, CAMS, did you say?
It's called CAMS. And basically it's just a mental health treatment, but it takes from you initially going to CAMS to you getting your first treatment. It's roughly about 18 months. So, you know, if they go in at 14, it could be they're going to be nearly 16 before they even get sore. And by that stage, now that there's a lot of stuff that could have been set in already, especially mentally.
Yes. Yeah, so, it's important to catch it early on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah. You know, and you know, they deal with a lot of other things like self-harming, anti-bullying stuff as well. So it's not just solely mental health. That's their kind of priority, but they don't just deal solely with mental health. But
and by choice, you got the BMW GSA. Is it GSA or was it GS?
No, the GSA, the R1250 GSA.
Yeah, so, good bike to choose for a big trip like that, isn't it?
Yeah, the only thing I'd say is, and I've said this before, it's a very heavy bike. It's a very heavy bike. I dropped it twice. Not thankfully, not riding. It was just I was on the wrong camber, and I couldn't. Basically, I just couldn't. I did Dave the energy to put it up. At one stage, it took 3 of us to lift the bike up.
Because you were well loaded as well, weren't you?
Yeah. I had some gear on there. But
too much.
Yeah. 100%. I shouldn't have took the tent. I took a tent because my aim was to camp, but it was just getting to the point where, at the end of the day, like I say, I was doing 11 and a half hours on the bike, so I was planning like a 16-hour day. So by the time you'd pulled up somewhere, I was just like, I'm too tired to even think about camping. And the 2 nights I did look at camping, one of the sites just said no to bikers. I was
really?
like, oh, right. I've never experienced that before.
Discrimination, I think they call that, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, it must have been gingerness or something. But then the other one was basically they said, yeah, we've got space, but it stunk of cow manure, basically. And I was just like, he went, yeah, they've just done the field next door. And I was just like, I can't sleep with that life. So I just ended up divided off.
Oh no.
But yeah, but what I will say is there's a lot of kind people out there willing to help you. Do you know what I mean? You know, and it's not just, you know, I had quite a few people like buy me breakfast or like a lot of the hotels they'd give me a kind of a discount, even though, you know, I'm just rocking up. But once you start to explain and telling people what you're doing, you know, they will help you out. I had one bloke fill my tank up for me. I filled my tank up, went to pay, and he come over to me and he was like, you got a staffer's knot on the bike? And I was like, yeah. You know, ex-military. You know, had a little bit of a chat, and he went and like we was in the queue, and he was like, "Yeah, so." And then I went to pay, and he went, "No, I'll pay for this." So you know,
it's nice,
and it's just really kind and really nice. And the only thing that the only not bad points, but it's the traffic. It's the amount of traffic on the roads. Do you know what I mean? And you can see people squeezing together, not letting you in, because obviously I've got my panniers on.
Yeah,
and you can just see people squeezing, and you're just like, come on, mate, slip me past.
Apart from Scotland, you were quite lucky with the weather as well, weren't you?
Oh, 100%. 100%.
That makes a difference.
Yeah, a massive difference. Well, as you know, it's easier riding when it's nice and sunny to when it's smashing down. I mean, I got caught in a storm this morning going down to the Super Sausage. It started raining, and then this black cloud come over with the rain, and then next thing you know, it was thundering, and you're just like,
yeah. I wish I hadn't started.
Yeah, I was at the point where I was further enough away where I was too close to turn round, and I just thought I might as well just crack on. So we ended up.
How did you get to the GSA then? Because your background is racing bikes, really, isn't it? Or not racing, but I don't know what the word is. Dossing around on track with
so I've done a lot of track days. I did the racing.
Dog's asleep.
No, he wants to go out.
Right.
He's fell off the settee. So I started off doing track days, basically. I passed my test in the army, and then all the lads were doing track days. I'd never heard of track days. So I started doing track days and then basically progressed into racing. I did a lot of endurance racing. So it was a lot of 3 hour, 12 hour, 24-hour racing. So that's that's the stuff I was doing. But I ended up breaking my pelvis. So that kind of put a stop to. I mean, I broke a lot of bones in my body racing, but that kind of put a full stop to the end of it. And then when I come back, I had about 2 years off the bike, and then just started getting interesting riding again. Really, bought a little Kawasaki Versi just because I didn't want a sports bike. That's what I didn't want. I didn't want to have that opportunity to go around thrashing around.
I see. That's a good. I get you.
So
you wanted a bike that you could stretch a bit, that you could push a bit, did you?
Yeah. And I liked a bit like all of us. I'd only just watched like the long way round and the long way down and the furthest way up and the twisty road down or whatever it was called. Anyway, so I started watching all them, and I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. So basically I just bought a little Kawasaki Versi, and when I got out of the army, I bought myself a big Harley. Which I regret to this day selling. I wish I'd have kept that.
Sportster, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a Sportster. I love that bike. I did so much to that; it was unreal. But yeah, it was just a really nice, comfortable bike. But once I bought the BM, once I'd had the BM, I ended up doing about, I think it was 800 miles in 3 years.
Yeah.
On it, because I just was using it because it's just a nice fair weather bike. You can't be going out in the rain on that. Do you know what I mean?
That is the thing, isn't it? Yeah. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And it seems to go out in the rain, it sprays everywhere, doesn't it? Within seconds.
I ain't the best at cleaning a bike.
No. Good. That's all right. So what's your would you do that trip again around the UK, or have you done it and never again?
I wouldn't do it again. It's like, for me, I've been talking to quite a few people. Now, after doing it, there's that many average speed cameras and speed guns and police with speed guns in and around the UK. Me personally, now, if you're going to do a decent tour, having a long weekend somewhere or a couple of days somewhere, that's fine. Do you know what I mean? I'll do that myself. But as a tour, I won't now be travelling within the UK to do a tour. I won't go and do the NC 500 now. I won't go and do the 360 Wales trip because there's just too many police there. If you go to Spain or France or somewhere like that, you're getting on the spot fine. So I'd prefer to give that copper 100 quid on the spot fine, knowing that that's going in his pocket.
Yes.
And I'm not having then 3 points on my licence and £100 fine.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah. I must admit, since you done the NC 500, that utterly put me off from what you were saying about the police, and also the amount of people that were up there when you were there. And it's just...
Mate, it was horrendous. There was one section from John O'Groats down to Inverness, and there was one section there, and literally there was about 6 coppers just sat on the side with all just the speed guns. And you just think to yourself, come on. And then when I got down to Dundee, this is one of the worst ones I saw was we got down to Dundee, and I booked into an hotel, and I was talking to this bloke. Well, a group of old boys. Sorry, not old boys. There was older than me. So I was talking to them. There's 4 of them. So I sat there talking to them, and I was basically explaining about the police. And he went, "Yeah, we've just come back from there." And one of these old boys, he was on like a Royal Enfield thing, and he went, "Yeah, I got done for speeding." And I looked at him, and I was like, "Have you really?" He went, "Yeah." And I was like, "Really?" He went, "Yeah." Because I can't remember now, but he was doing like 73 or something. He says, "But I wouldn't mind." He says, "But a car overtook me." He says, and he pulled he pulled us both. He says, "Let the car go," and I got done.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, that's
Yeah.
out of order. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're targeting bugs at that point. And then I spoke to another bloke, and exactly the same happened to him, except it was a Porsche. He was on a BMW. I think that was an S1000, the BMW S1000. Having a play with his Porsche. Both got pulled. The Porsche pulled in. The copper water into him, and he pulled off. And then they did him. I think he was doing something like 96 or something. He was saying to me, he says, but that's like 6 points and 300 quid fine or something.
Yeah, it doesn't do the community any favors, does it? If they're going to start doing that and putting people on edge, basically.
You know, I mean, you know, it's although you know when people are doing, you know, in excess of like 900 mile an hour, I appreciate that. But on the flip side of the coin, if you've done the NC 500 and you've seen the roads up there, they are nice, fast, twisty roads. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, as long as you are going through a village at 70, 80 mile an hour, then for me, do you know what I mean? Like I say, I don't agree with like 1900 mile an hour, but if you can progress, then let the bikes progress. Let them
national speed limit sort of area,
As long as you're in that ballpark, then I don't see a problem. But it's like I say, it was just when I'm almost targeting the biker now.
Yeah,
it's an easy income of revenue for the government because not many people now are going to go up to court. If you imagine if you went up, you did the NC 500, you got done. Would you travel all the way to London, to Scotland, to go to court to say I was only doing 73, not 76?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah. I mean, from your trip, I mean, I guess you didn't really have chance to enjoy anywhere, really, did you? Apart from when you got to the hotel and.
No, even then, to be fair, I was talking to Red about it today, because there was I think it was day 8. I pulled over at 4:30, purely and simply because I just wanted to get off the bike. I was just, my body was just shot, and mentally as well. Mentally, I just was in a good place. So I literally parked the bike up 4:30, put a cover over it, checked in the room. And fortunately, the place where I booked had a swimming pool, so I ended up went for a swim. Some dinner, you know, proper. Really,
that always makes you feel better.
Yeah. And it might sound daft, but like that night, I went back up to the room before I had dinner. You know, shave my head, trim my beard, put a nice pair, you know, put a nice t-shirt on. You know, iron my jeans, put my jeans on, just a little bit of normality rather than getting in, sorting your admin out, going to bed, waking up, getting back on the bike.
Yeah. Give yourself a bit of a breather, basically.
Yeah.
That's important, isn't it? Coppers know the routes where people break the speed limit, so they will be waiting. Yeah, it's true. That's kind of what I'm thinking, really. That's the problem, isn't it? I think it's the few that wreck it for everybody else, really, isn't it?
Yeah, like you say, it's the coppers having that common knowledge and knowing where to sit and what to do and where to be, basically.
But like you say, it puts you off a little bit when there's so many of them.
Yeah.
On every blooming, you know,
every
sort of 10 miles or whatever.
Honestly, I swear to God, that coastal road coming down from John O'Groats down to like Dundee kind of area, that there, and this is no word of a lie, I must have seen 50 coppers.
Yeah, I remember you saying at the time that you saw a lot of them up there. Yeah.
And like I say, that they were just it's either the fact they're just sitting on the side of the road, or they've caught you by off chance kind of thing. They're physically sitting there waiting with the speed gun, and you've got some of them hiding behind walls. And there was one in a car park. So you come down into this little town, and it was it could see for a good, I don't know, 250 meters because it was straight. And his car was parked behind the back of a car, and he was stood in between his car and their car, so you couldn't see him.
Oh,
you know what I mean? And you just think to yourself, man, it's a little bit out of order, that is. Do you know what I mean? If you're speeding, then you're speeding, but to me, that's
what about abroad? Have you found that a lot abroad? Because you've done a lot of abroad trips as well, haven't you?
See,
Austria and Germany and places like that.
I've done quite a few. I've never ever been pulled abroad. Never.
Have you not?
No, never. So the only time I get pulled is when I go through passport for control. But that's it. But no, it's they just seem a bit more lenient with you abroad for me. You know,
I think they're more biker mentality. Their mentality's more biker, isn't it? Whereas over here, we're kind of the people shoved out the way a bit, you know.
Yeah, like I say, it's that kind of squeezing the cars together rather than opening them up. Just simple things like that.
Yeah.
They allow the bikers to go through rather than squeezing them
The
together.
Audi driver squeezing together.
Yeah, you ain't getting through. You ain't getting in front of me. Or no, you just kind of think to yourself, it's a bit out of order for me. Like,
What other
do you know
trips
what I
have you
mean?
got coming this year?
In September, I'm going to Belgium. So I'm going to do the war cemeteries in Belgium for World War I. So I'm going to do them. And then I'm just now I'm just looking at next year, really. I think I'm going to go into the Pyrenees and the Peakys.
That'd be nice.
Try and get it done in one. I've been watching a few. I've been watching a few videos of people doing it in like an 11-day or 10-day trip. So I think I'm going to have a look at doing that. Do a bit of research.
Still doing the ABR?
Yeah. I'll be there.
Oh,
Friday.
good. All weekend?
Yeah.
I'll be there Friday. I'll see you then.
Yeah. So
I might buy you a beer.
I'm just like that at the minute because obviously booking in and having all that people around me like,
yeah. But you know what? The good thing with the ABR is that you can get away from it as well. It's not like that all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it's going to be like this year, but if you kind of move away from the main area, then it's fine. And even in the beer tent, you can kind of lose yourself a bit and go outside. There's tables outside and inside. Yeah. You should be all right.
Yeah, sounds like I say, it's just one of them because obviously I'm good on my own. So I'll just try and mix in and try and get out of a few people.
Find a friend.
Billy now, mate, football friend.
Yeah. When you see me walking past like that, it's for another reason.
There's Peaky. I'll talk to him for fuck's sake. I'll talk to him.
Yeah, I'm meeting a few people up there as well. Anyway, so I've gone up with a mate, and just tag around with us if you want, mate.
Yeah, so, like I say, it's just the lad who I booked on to go with. He was part of another group, and he ain't messaged me back since. So I was just like, "How you doing? Are you still going?" It's like, yeah.
So, fair enough.
Yeah.
No, it's a good crack, mate. You enjoy it. I mean, I don't know if test riding bikes is your thing, but you can pretty much get on anything up there. Any bike that you want to ride if you wanted to.
Yeah. Shut the door then, Violet.
Off road as well. That's all right, mate. Carry on.
There's a spider. Can you go get it?
There's a spider. There's a spider. I've got to get to some man's work now. All right.
Yeah, all right, mate. No worries. Yeah, no problem. No worries. Right, let's see. Catch up on the comments. Let's enjoy your program. I am happy. Thank you. So, UK traffic sucks. That's why we go abroad. Yeah, I don't blame you, Andy. You know what? I've never ridden abroad. Well, I did in 2004 on a scooter in Cyprus. And to be honest, that's actually what got me back into biking. I was 28 at the time. And we hired a scooter. We get a little saucepan helmet, don't you, that they give you, and rain in shorts and flip-flops. You know what? It was absolutely fantastic. And when I come back, that's when I bought my first bike, done my CBT. But riding abroad is, I haven't done it, for a long, long time, but I know I've got a lot to look forward to on that front. So, Slow Rider, I saw you brought a video out today. Quite a few mobile roadside cameras in Europe, but that's the thing, isn't it? When you can see them, it's a lot different than somebody popping up from a back of a police car or whatever. Lip gloss helmets and him. Hello, mate. We've always found the police helpful in Spain. Yeah, they seem to be much more biker orientated over here, don't they? Rather than over here, they're a little bit more rigid, aren't they? You haven't got that biker mentality. But in fairness, the chap that I'd done the police bike safe with, he was very much, of course, they're all bikers, aren't they? So, got the spider, Peaky?
Done. Got me medal.
You legend.
Got me medal.
You legend. Some 360 shots. What's that of, Andy? Trips abroad, or I don't know. Tom, STC, hello, my friend. You all right? Yes, no, you should enjoy the ABR. Should be good. Howie was going up, but he's not now, sadly. I was looking forward to seeing Howie.
All right.
But there's a few others going up anyway. Yeah.
He was going to buy me
Yeah,
a
so
beer. That's just a
you've
shame.
had a yeah, you won't get nothing out of Howie. Yes, you've had a long trip then today because Super Sausage from you is a couple 100 miles, isn't it?
It's about an hour 45, something like that. Just have, I think it's
that's not too
107.
bad.
I think it's 117 mile, something like that.
Yeah.
So about an hour 45 for me.
Did Rev buy you breakfast today?
No.
Didn't
To
he?
be fair, no. It that was his fault. But to be fair, it gets that busy there. I'll get there at I'll be there at 10 to 8, quarter to 8, just so you can have some food. Or else, honestly, the queue, you could be stood in the queue for 40, 50 minutes before you get served.
Oh, is it?
So I just said to him, I said, let's meet up kind of thing, which is what we did. But like I say, I was there a good 20, 25 minutes before him. And I just thought to myself, I ain't going to kind of sit here because I was soaking wet as well. I thought to myself, I just need to get my jacket off and get some scran down, man. But,
yeah.
But it was.
Yeah, going back to the ABI, what's your main reason for going? For the beer or for the test rides or for the talks? Or...
Oh, well, really test rides. It's mainly for the talks and the little loops and stuff like that you do. I just want to kind of because that's
see what it's all about.
Yeah, I've never done any off-road or anything like that, so not proper off-roading anyway. But just have a kind of look into it and see what it's all about, and then that's probably the next thing I'm going to start doing is getting a little bit more off-roady, a little bit more traily kind of thing. So
got the right bike for it.
Yeah. Well, like I say, I'm 46 now, but when I'm 50, I've got a bit of a big trip that I'm planning on doing. So.
Oh yeah, sounds good. So, one thing I would say: try the Harley Davidson Pan America off road. I think you'll be surprised how good it is off road. Not on the grass like I did. I haven't seen that video, but
no, not yet.
Stuff. No. But yeah, it is actually really good off road. So yeah, try that. You'll be impressed with that. Yeah,
I'll have a look at that. I mean, I did try it, but it was obviously just road. It was just road based. And initially, it was the looks for me. The bike was handled really well, and I did like because I'm only a short horse. I did like the suspension dropping when you slow down to a point as well. So that was really good. That's really well thought of.
Yes.
But yeah, for me it was the looks, and I said this a couple of weeks ago when I had Alcamoto on with his. I says the more you see them, or you see them now about, the more you're like, it's actually all right. That is it.
You get used to it, don't you?
Yeah, it don't actually look that bad. It don't. When you first see it, it looks like something out of the Starship Enterprise with a big light on the front. You just. You
do get used to it, and I they're fantastic. I think they're fantastic to ride. It's just I know they've had a few software issues, which is always the way with these these bikes now, isn't it? So, but yeah, I'm going to try that. What else is there? I want to try some Ducatis as well, which I haven't done a lot with Ducati. So try a few of those. I've got the Desert Storm Ducati. That's one I'm quite interested in. Lots to look forward to.
Like I say, it's just it I do like a beer. Don't get me wrong, I do like a beer, but it is about. I want, like I say, I want to go to the talks. I want to go and have a look at stuff. Kind of. That's the place where you can go and touch something, go and feel something, go and sit on something, get a bit. You know what I mean? You like walking around the bike show and people don't touch that, don't do this, don't do that. You know what I mean? Yeah,
exactly.
So, yeah.
The only thing I would say, Peaky, is that you're going up on the Thursday, right? Is that right?
No, the Friday.
Yeah. So if you want any test rides, then you need to get there 7 o'clock in the morning to book them in, because by 8 o'clock they're normally all gone. Full. So that's a whole day you've got to kill with no test rides. Which is pain. But it'll be a good crack, mate. You'll enjoy it, I'm sure.
Yeah. Like I say, it's just one of them. I've never been before, so I think this first time will just be kind of finding my feet and having a look around, and then, like you say, it's that stuff like that you need to know that you probably won't find out until you get there, and then do you know what I mean?
To be honest, mate, there's a lot of people that kick off actually, because they turn up like 9 o'clock to book a test ride and they can't get anything all day, so then just walking around looking at the same old crap, or going to the talks, which there's only so much long you can sit down and listen to somebody anyway. So Yeah, so bear that in mind. It's well worth
Yeah.
thinking about.
I mean, you know, the trails that they do, because there's, I believe there's 2 trails there this year, isn't there? Is there one for the big bikes and one for the small bikes kind of thing?
No, I think
Or-
it's just, I think one they call the expert course, and the other one's just for, just a bit easier. It's basically a grassy field, nothing too extreme, unless it gets
So,
wet, and that's
what
when you see ambulances going up and down like that all the time.
Oh man, that'll be for me.
Don't say that.
But you know, can you go on them at any point, or have you got a booking or what?
You got to book in. It's all timed. Yeah,
Oh,
so you
right.
get one, like, for example, you can go to the Suzuki stand and try a V-Strom at 9 o'clock, and they're quite flexible. If you say, well, you know, if you go to another stand, you can say, well, I've got one at 9 o'clock. What have you got after that? They can sort of work something in, generally speaking. But you got to get in there early and quickly, because it does go pretty quick. But it's great for trying different bikes. And I mean, if the only thing I would say was that the basic course it got incredibly busy last year, you know, and when you got bikes flying past you, it's meant to be a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit, but you know, there's bikes that are flying by it. Yeah. And there's a lot of it got quite stressful last year, to be honest with you, on the tracks. But it's part and parcel of it, isn't it? So they have expanded it this year. I think it was a 20k course last year, and this year I think it's 30. So they spread it out a bit more. But that, to be honest, it just helps a little bit, because it's still the same number of bikes. In fact, probably more this year.
I was going to say they've probably they've probably stretched it out so they can get more bikes, not stretch it out and keep it the same to allow everybody a bit more space.
Probably, yeah. But you can certainly lose yourself in the pubs there anyway, or, you know, in the beer tent. It's a massive beer tent. And it's a bit to see. And there's lots of other little tents. The tent that I like actually is like a little teepee thing. And you go in there, they got a little log fire going, and you can go in and have a coffee.
Nice.
And you go up to the people and say, oh, you know, I'll have a coffee. And they say, I'll say how much. And they'll just say, well, just a donation. I think, get in. So I give them 2p and off I went. No. You say no, but man, that's where we're going. And I'll buy you a drink. But no, it'd be good, mate. It'd be good to meet you, and it'd be good fun. I'm going up in the van anyway. I'm not doing this camping crap. It's not my thing. I don't do that.
Fair play. I mean, like I say, I am camping, but I've had to work, like, because where it is only about 35 minutes from my house. So I'm in an hour in what to do at the moment, whether to actually take it down or just get like a taxi back or something every night, and it's like, leave my bike there, lock my bike up, just take, because I've got like a big down tent, so just put a little pop up. Well, it's a pop up down tent. Put my bike in there, put my locks on, leave my bike there, and just get a taxi there and back overnight. Once I've had a few beers or whatever, and because it's only going to be about, I don't know, about 18 quid, I think it was. I got quoted the other day, 18 quid there, 18 quid back. Well, I'll just have to get back, because obviously the missus could drop me off first thing in the morning. So,
yes, I see. That's not a bad way of doing it.
No, so
but you can always leave the bike by my van anyway if you wanted to.
Sound all right then. Cheers, sir. Probably won't be there in the morning, will it? You'll be like,
keyless ignition, so I won't be able to do much with it. I think that's pretty much all we'll go through today. YouTube, you got a YouTube channel? We need to mention that, don't we? The Peaky Biker, which is mainly rides, isn't it? That you do. You do a lot of shorts these days, don't you?
Yeah, basically from when I did that around the UK trip, it was just easier just to put shorts up whilst I was out. So it was just allowing people to see if people wanted to meet me, they knew whereabouts roughly I was geographically. So they could say, oh, you know, he's here now. That's an hour from mine. So if he's going on the coast, he's going to be in this location roughly in an hour and a half, for example, if they wanted to meet me. And that, to be honest, my shorts went really well, really, really well. So that's one of the reasons why I've just kind of kept on going a little bit more.
Have you found that if you do shorts that you attract people who subscribe to you that just want shorts?
Yeah.
And no long form content? That's the problem, isn't it?
So I've had a couple of comments that I've put videos out, and they've said, "Oh, I thought this was a short," for example. You know what I mean? So yeah, but on the flip side of that, my subscribers have gone up. I think this month I've had like nearly 50 subscribers. This has been one of a really good month.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, like when I hit my 1,000 subscribers, I had a 5-week block.
Yes, it is, Tom.
I had a 5-week block. It's all right. I had a 5-week block where I just pushed. I went on everybody's channel, everybody's live every night. I was just not bombarding it, but I was just commenting, putting my name out there, and I ended up getting to 1,000, but it just was sustainable.
Oh, you got 1,000 subs now, have you?
I've got.
Hang on, no, you got more than that, haven't you?
1,300 now.
Yeah.
Well, about 13 and a half now, but yeah, once. But that's what I'm saying now. Because YouTube have dropped it to 500, haven't they? Now?
I heard this, but I haven't seen any evidence from YouTube that that's the case. But okay.
Yeah, so they've dropped it to it's something daft. Like you've got to have 500 subs and I think something like 700 watched hours or something like that. And then if you're only doing shorts, you've got to have something like 10,000 minutes of shorts or something.
Oh, right. Okay.
I know it's a lot of shorts. For example, if they're only 15 seconds long, it's a lot of shorts. But I know that they have dropped it. I seen an advertisement for it the other day, saying they dropped it, and I think it's a good thing at the end of the day, because now they've changed the payment plan as well, haven't they?
Have they? I don't know nothing about that either.
Yeah, they've changed the payment plan as well. So
when you in what way? Sorry.
So now they're taking more percentage off you. So before it was, for example, 80%. You got 80%, they got 20%. No, it's not. It's like 60-40. You have 60, they have 40.
Oh, really?
So
I think it was 50-50 before, from my knowledge.
I can't remember the actual.
Yeah. But now it's 60-40, is it?
But it's something like that now. So they're taking.
That's a shame, isn't it?
They're taking more off you. That's why a lot of people are going to stuff like Instagram and stuff like that. Yeah, you need more subscribers and stuff, but the percentage of pay is a lot better than YouTube.
Yeah. I mean, as you know, I don't do it for the money, but I do. It's nice to have it there, to have something to make, so I can say to the missus, well, we've earned something out of it.
Yeah.
A tank of fuel or whatever. Yeah, but if they're going to start digging in like that, which I think the more saturated YouTube becomes, the more people that are doing it, the more they're going to thin it out a bit, I think. The profit that we get. Because it's in nothing anyway, mate, is it? I mean, you've seen how much I've put out. And...
No. Like you say, even if it's just a tank of fuel, you know what I mean? At least you're getting, like you say, at least you're getting something out of it. Where now they're just, like you say, it's penny pinching almost, and you just think to yourself, like I do this. I've not started my channel to make it into to be a YouTuber at all, but. It is, like you say, it is nice to get, especially like at your level, you're getting some decent money. It's like £50 a month or something. You're getting some decent coin off it. But on the flip side of the coin, it's sustainable for you to as a full-time job. Do you know what I mean? And that's I think that's what they're trying to reduce. Really, they're trying to reduce the people who are going out there smashing, millions of subscribers and earning a packet from it.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, but then it's always been the same, because they had the same sort of. I think there was a thing in 2018 where they cut the money big time, and there was a lot of uproar about that. It's just another challenge, isn't it? It just goes around in circles, and here's the latest one. So but you enjoy doing it, do you? YouTube?
Yeah. I enjoy the process, to be honest. I quite enjoy. I'm still learning editing. I quite, like I say, I quite enjoy going out, getting the footage. And now, obviously, I'm not just riding my bike now. I'm looking into, whilst I'm riding, how to get a shot, how to use other cameras. Now I've got the money to buy other cameras, so I've got other cameras now. And you could pass the point. You're like, oh, that would be a good shot for a drive-by, or that would be a good shot for the mountains behind you. Rather than just, when I first started, all I did was ride my bike and talk. There was
that's
no
how we all started.
But there was no. Now there's a bit more thought into it, and you kind of can already see the video progressing as you're going along. Well, I can see the video kind of progressing in my head how I want it to progress when I upload it. So if I've got, for example, a bit of drone footage or whatever, then I can get to that point, have a little sequence, and then put the drone footage in, put some music in, and do you know what I mean? And like I say, I can start seeing it build up as you're riding, then kind of thing.
The creativity part of YouTube is just wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless you do it, it's hard to understand, but it's such fun. And I'm at the stage now where mine are getting so complicated now that I'm gonna have to go down to a video every couple of weeks because it's taken me a lot more time to get the shots and and do all that. So
but
I love all that.
Yeah, it's perfecting the art, do you know what
I
mean?
And
that's what it is. Like you say, it's when you find something. What makes me laugh, because I see it in other people's videos, not just my own. When you see something new, and then for like 2 or 3 weeks, you see that same kind of footage, or not the same footage, but the same type of footage in the same areas, and you're like, that's something new. Or you watch other people's channel, and you're like, I like that. I like how he's done that.
Yes,
and that's when you start looking, right, how can I switch this up a little bit so I ain't copying him.
Yeah, and even watching TV now, I look at the TV. I'm not watching what songs; it's normally crap anyway, isn't it? But I'm looking at it thinking, right, how do the pros do it? And getting the B-roll and all that. And that's something.
That's what I'm getting into now. Is the B-roll, the like I say, just the stuff that you can put your music to, rather than you just the chin mount looking out, or that video. See you later. That helmet camera looking back. So now I bought that tiny little DJI Action 2. It's really small, but it's got a screen on the back. So I'll just use that on like a tripod, and I just hold it, and then like I say, I'll get like a shot on my foot changing gear, or whilst I'm riding, I've got cruise control, so I'll put it on my hand and just leave it there for a second or two, and just pretend to brake or rev it or whatever. Do you know what I mean? At least then, when you're editing it, then you can slip them in wherever you want to slip them in. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
You've got to be in certain points. But you can,
at those bits where you fluff up a bit, you can kind of B-roll over it, can't you?
Yeah. So
that's why my videos are all B-roll. Get rid of all that shit.
But I really, like I said, I really like the process of getting back and sitting down, looking at it.
Yeah.
And like I say, I've already got an idea already in my head the way I want it to work, and then like I say,
but it never works out like that.
Never works out like that. No, because you put it together and then you're like, oh, I prefer that bit than that bit. That bit that turned out quite as good as I thought, and then you've got the stuff where you've just accidentally switched the camera off properly.
Yeah,
and then you've got something amazing in the back of you. So I was just like, wicked. That's wicked.
Yeah. Or an hour's worth of blackness because you stuck it in your backpack with it still on. Done that before.
Yeah. But it's like with the charity challenge. Like I barely videoed anything. Do you know what I mean? And the videos that I've put out, like some days I must have only had like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, because it just, one, I kind of forgot, and two, I was just like, I just want to.
You was on a mission, mate. You were on a mission to get there and get it done, weren't you? That's the difference between me and you, because I struggle with that. It was a great course and all the rest of it, but I would want to soak it up, the experience. But you were like, and rightly so, you had 4,500 miles to do in 10 days. The only way to do it is smash it, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I'll give myself 14 days to do it. But I said that because I knew that 14 days was, for me, was quite achievable. I thought I could achieve 14 days, even after speaking to people who have done it or tried to do it, who failed to do it. And like the couple of lads I spoke to said they tried it, they had to stop after 17 days. And I was just like, why? And they says, oh, we've run out of money, basically. And I was just like, really? And then that's when you start nitpicking and the comments of what they've said to you. And then, there was only riding for like 7-8 hours a day, and there was having an hour's dinner, and there was pulling over at 5 o'clock at night. And I'm like, well, that ain't a challenge. That's a tour. That's you enjoying something. That, you know what I mean? I want to go, and it's like I said to Teapot One a couple of weeks ago. I said to him, I says, I've put that, because when he messaged me it was after your live, and he messaged me and he says, oh, I believe you've you've done it like, and I was like, yeah. And he goes, how did you do? I says 10 days, and he went, I can't believe you've done it in 10 days. And I went, mate, I was. If you look at the videos and especially the lives, I says, you see that I'm on it. The way I know going off, having a walk around the beach and all that, like I was stopping at certain points, going off, stretching my legs, taking my jacket off, because that was the other thing. It's when you stop, not just stop, you got to get your jacket off, give your shoulders a rest, stretch your legs, kind of undo your boots, take your boots off. It's all daft stuff like that that all helps. When you, at the end of the day, when you're making and tired, that little 5 minutes with your boots off and your jacket off, that adds up then. That helps you for 15 minutes afterwards, rather than the 5 minutes you don't take it off for.
So that 10-minute stop actually turns into half an hour, doesn't it?
Yeah, realistically.
Yeah.
So I tried to stop, depending on traffic. I tried to stop between, if it was busy 7 o'clock, I'd stop from 7 till 8 and then progress at 8. Or if there wasn't no traffic, I'd always try and stop at 10:30 because my missus would ring me, and then I'd have a breakfast. And then that would be me done then until I'd have a big breakfast purposely, so I knew that I could get to tea time-ish before I needed something to eat again. Do you know what I mean? I might have stopped a couple of little times, but I could push on through until tea time. And
I guess that endurance racing that you used to do might have helped with that, do you think?
Yeah,
long
massively.
Days?
Well, it's your concentration as well. It's been that focused. Like I say, it's having that end, for me, it's having that end point. And that's why that one day that I did 208 mile or 213 mile, in my head, I'd failed because I'd only done, even though I was 200 mile ahead of myself still, I hadn't hit my end point. So I was like, and the next day I was like, right. And that's the next day that I think I did 18 hours, and I got up to, where does your mate live? Not Ilfracombe.
Oh, Ilfracombe?
No, it's just above it. It's above Ilfracombe.
Oh, Western-super-Mare.
Western-super-Mare. Yeah. So, and I was just like riding. I was just like not a man on a mission, but I'd had that rest.
That's the day I was going to see you.
Yeah,
it didn't work out, did it?
Yeah. No. But like you say, and this is what I've said before. Like, a lot of people have said, "Oh, I wish we could have met up." And I said, "I understand." At the end of the day, I did it midweek, and two, I appreciate that everybody works. Do you know what I mean? So
and in fairness, mate, you just want to crack on. You don't want to see everybody, do you? No offense to the people, but you just want to crack on with it.
I mean, it was nice. Like I say, I met up with Peakys with Spra. I've got to give him a shout out because he let me stop in his house, and he rode with me from Glasgow up to Urbana, and then from there, because he was like, I might carry on a little bit. I says, well, I'm going to fuel up here. I said, so I'm on it now. I've rid as a group now. I says, I'm on it now. I said, so I'm going to be, kind of cracking the whip a little bit here, because we stopped a few times. So I was, see you later, Harry. So I was just like, I need to crack the whip here, kind of thing. I've stopped 2 or 3 times already now, so I'm kind of using up more time of further up because I had to do all the West Coast. The Cracknah, Applecross, all around there. So I'd still got, a good 600 mile to do that day.
Yeah.
After I left.
Here's a question for you. Now you've got the common question I asked GS owners actually. Now you've got to the top of the tree, being the GS or the RT or whatever. Have you got a bike which you want to go for next?
Yeah.
Because you can't. Have you? What's that?
Yeah.
Don't say KTM 1290.
No.
No.
I've got 2 that. I've rode one, which is the MV Augusta Turismo.
Oh, yeah.
Seen them? Yep. So that's a touring bike. I really like them. If I could have got one, I'd have had that rather than the BM. That was the bike that I wanted, but I just couldn't get, at the time, I just couldn't get anything in and around the price range that I wanted to pay for one.
Right. Why was it so good?
I don't know. It just fit me. It was just nice. It was comfortable. It was a bit racy, but it was pretty racy. The quick shifter was phenomenal. The quick shifter up and down the box, because it was going down the box as well as up the box. That was flawless. It handled really well. It handled phenomenal, and it just for me, it just ticked all the boxes. But the one that I test rode, I brought it back and I went back to buy it the next day and it had gone. Somebody had put a deposit on it.
Oh, right.
So I was like, you know what I mean? And then
Have you got a local dealer where you are as well? Or?
no, it was just in a bike shop. And he said to me, I thought it was just a sales pitch. I've got somebody looking at this. I was like,
yeah. Right.
I bet you have. You know what I mean? I think it was about 18 grand, and I was like, "Oh, all right then, mate." So I left it, went back the next day to go and kind of put a deposit on it, and he had a sales secret. And I was like, "Shit!" And then the other bike, which I'm going to wait to test ride, is the new Yamaha 900 GT Plus.
Oh, okay.
The
Was that a night? Oh, yeah. I've read in one of them. Yeah, I've read in one of them.
So the one with the active cruise control and all that lot on it.
Oh, no, I haven't then.
The one with the big dash on.
No, it must be from this year.
The new one.
Yeah.
It's the new one coming out. Because Marcus, one of the lads I ride with, he's got the 2018 one, and it's a triple engine. And it just, mate, that's what I used to race. I used to race 675s. So for me, that engine.
Yeah, they do fly, mate. That 900 triple would flies.
Well, like I say, I used to race them, so it was just one of them. I jumped on his, and straight away, I was like, "Whoa, get around!"
Yeah. Oh, on the road though, I just found they were a little bit too eager. You know, you have to hold them back a bit, and that's kind of what put me off a bit. I'd rather have a 700 Tracer, but I'm a bit boring like that. Yeah. That's why I got an NC 750. But
that's one of the reasons why I bought a BM, because you can't kind of lick along all the time. Do you know what I mean? You take
exactly that.
You can progress, but like you say,
they got the fueling perfect, haven't they?
Oh yeah, 100%. Like when you put my BM into endurance, or this is the other one, or put it in rain mode. Put it in rain mode, mate. I was getting nearly 400 mile off a tank.
Yeah.
Honestly, and it was
really amazing.
You know, it just helped me a lot, especially going around certain places when I needed to progress round and kind of get to a point where, like, right, I'm stopping there, kind of thing. So,
yeah. Even stopping for a wee becomes a pain in the ass, then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, Saddle.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey,
how you
good
doing,
to see you, mate. How you doing? All right?
Yeah, really good, thanks. You?
Yeah, I love your video today.
How you doing, Saddle? You all right?
Yeah, good, thank you.
Good.
Your video today, Saddle, absolutely brilliant, mate. Loved it.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, just the beginning. What an amazing week that was.
Yeah. You could really tell, like the camaraderie between you and Mark, like, you know, you could just tell how much you are enjoying it. You know, a bit like my CCM video.
Yeah, it was obvious in that one.
Oh yeah. But the energy really came through, and lovely shots that you had there, and it's just beautiful video.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Can't go wrong when the scenery's that good and the people are that nice.
Yeah. And met Bullet Wanderer as well.
Yeah, what a star.
Yeah. Was that just a day, was it, that you met him, or did you meet him a few?
No, just that one evening. He met us at the Rosslare, the ferry port, and sort of rode with us to the bed and breakfast. So yeah, that was the evening, and it was on to another one the next day.
Yeah. How many miles did he do on that trip?
1,600 over the week.
Yeah.
Nothing tearing, but little bikes, narrow road.
And you've done the Atlantic Highway, is that right?
Yeah, parts of it.
Yeah. Have you done that, Peaky?
No, that's something that I was again with the army lads. We was looking at going, because there's certain places after you've done a tour, for example, like an army tour, or you've been posted there. I want to go back to, and obviously I went to Northern Ireland 3 times, so I've done Northern Ireland, Southern Ireland. So I'd like to go back there as a civvy now, and go and see the places where I was patrolling and we couldn't go, because obviously we got stuff like red areas and amber areas where you can only manual out at certain times and stuff like that. Where now, as a civvy, we can just kind of just wander around,
do what you want to do.
Yeah. So
are those areas still over there? Do you still have to be a bit careful there, or is it?
I think you do in the south you do. But again, I think I don't know, but from my experience being on a bike, there's that many more people willing to help you. I think because you're open to the elements as well. You know,
Yeah.
they're a bit more. There's a bit more. What's the word called?
Bit more
Compassion.
forthcoming.
There's a
Yeah.
bit more compassion there for you. You know what I mean? And a bit more willing to help you rather than, you know, just wave your boy.
Yeah. Have you actually edited all those videos yet, Saddle?
No, I've just done the first two.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Oh,
a lot
cool.
to go through.
Yeah. I look forward to that lot for sure. Yeah, it's blooming good. Do you wish that you took Ernie, or were you happy that you took Himalayan?
No, actually, the Himalayan was perfect. Really, didn't miss a beat the whole time. So, yeah.
And taking Ernie, if the weather turned and it started to rain, that would be a bit gutting, wouldn't it?
I would have cried.
Yeah. No,
if you can hear somebody snoring, it's my dog. All right.
Yeah. No.
I'll follow ER's problem.
Yeah.
He's flat out now. He's flat out now.
Yeah. Listening to me for too long. That's what it is. Yeah.
He's had enough of
Any
me
other
today.
trips coming up this year, Saddle?
Lake District in August. A few of us on Royal Enfields.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be
A couple
good.
of holidays with Twinks, and that's about it, I think.
Yeah. I haven't got anything like that at all. I'd like to do something, but it's just difficult this time of year. I've had 5 bikes in the garage to review, and that sucks up my time as well as work as well. So as soon as but like you can't turn them down. You know, if they say, "Oh, do you want a bike?" Well, you know, if I say no, then it goes to somebody else, doesn't it? So
yeah,
I've started a bit of a thing there, but nice problem to have, I guess.
Do you do much riding, much touring Exeter, or because I know a lot of your channel is mainly just kit and bike reviews, really?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I don't. Is the answer, Peaky, and I want to. I would like to, but I just don't get the time with work, and I've had a crap year this year anyway.
Yeah.
You know, with father-in-law and all that sort of thing, and that's ongoing because obviously there's a lot to sort out after you know all that happens. So
you know, we all kind of felt for you when you.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, the guys who got your number when we heard about it, we all text you, and you know.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, thank you.
Right.
Yeah, but I think now the kids are older, and you know, my eldest has left school now, so as of yesterday, actually.
How was it yesterday?
Yeah, he left school now, so he's on to other things, and he'll be joining up at some point. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to, you know, because I'm really eager to do. I mean, even going down to Launceston to the Saddlebags ride out was for me. It was just magic. I absolutely loved it. You know, because you get that feeling that you're just on your bike. Everything goes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I must admit, because I speak to Derek from Solar Moto UK a lot, because we only live like 40 minutes away from each other, so we speak a lot. And when he said he was coming down, I was trying to arrange it so if I could come down or not. But then, you know, when I looked at it, because I'm another 40 minutes north than him, and then when he said he'd get back to something like 10:30 at night, and I was like, mate, I've got at least another 40 minutes on the motorway. That even just like A roads, that's motorway, another 40 minutes on the motorway to get up towards Wolverhampton. So I was like, you know what, I don't, you know, for me, I think if you did it next year, I think I'd book somewhere down there and have kind of the day, and then stop the night somewhere, and then.
Yeah, that's the best bet. There's a few people sort of came down and went home in the same day. It was ridiculous, if you ask me.
Yeah,
like I say,
especially when it was the Isle of Wight and Isle of Sheppey that they were going to.
Yeah,
it's a big day,
mate. That's an epic day. That is. Like I say, you know, I just after doing that charity challenge now, you know, when I looked at my sat, like when I put the because I always use my sat nav even when I know where I'm going, just so I've got a marker to aim for, and I'll put it in, and it looks like 117 more. I was like, is that it? Is that it? Yeah. You know, it feels like nothing now. But yeah, it's getting back into the routine of just riding normally, not kind of like what I was on about earlier, like almost endurance riding.
Yes.
But yeah, it was nice though. Just a pity it rained on me. It absolutely smashed it down. I was soaking when I got to that super sausage. That's
Yeah,
absolutely
that's
grounded.
not nice, is it?
But it was just one of them, you know. And you just like, I was past the point where I could turn around, so I just thought, oh, I might as well just carry on and just
Yeah.
sit in the rain. and
Once
just
you get
there.
wet, that's it.
You're
You might as
wet,
well keep
yeah.
going, then yeah.
Yeah.
And the
So-
Himalayan done all right on the long trip. Did it, Saddle? Did you do much motorway stuff, or was it along the coast?
Motorway only coming home really, because we left Tipperary. It was a long way from Tipperary to home. So, Tipperary to Rosslare, yeah, and then Fishguard to home overnight. We rode right through the night.
Yeah, why did you do overnight then? Was it just the way it panned out, or
just to save on the bed and breakfast?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's fair enough. Yeah.
No, I think we just both wanted to get home really, and felt we could do it in one hit, so we did.
Yeah.
But that was the only time we really hit the motorway. A little bit on the way up because it's hard to get to Wales without using the M5.
Yeah.
So we got to
Going
Western
over the bridge,
and then on M5 until we were across the bridge.
Yeah.
That whole section you on about Fishguard. So if you want to go for somewhere that's really nice and peaceful, if you look at Fishguards as you come down the west coast, so as you come down the west coast, and then as if you're coming round towards like Cardiff, I can't remember the name of it, but there's sections there that honestly there's no cars, and the roads are billiard flat. It's just absolutely stunning, and you're on the coast. You're right next to the coast. You can see the sea. You can see. What was the name?
Not Tenby, is it?
Nah. So if you come from like Newport, Cardiff, and then basically just keep carrying west, there's on the most westerly point. It's like a little dip, and then you come back up. But that was that section there. That was one of out of everything I did. That was one of the sections that stuck with me because it was absolutely gorgeous. All the houses are like built up into like these little on these little stalks and sticks and everything, and mate, you know, and you can see the money around there. But it was just the viewers were just phenomenal, and like the sea was like turquoise. And I stopped for the brew there, and had just a little 5 minutes off the bike having a walk round. And there's like, it might sound daft, it's like Germany. There's no litter anywhere. All the bins were overflowing. There were no fag butts on the floor. Nothing. It was just really nice, really. But it was just, like I say, it was stunning, absolutely stunning. And the roads are just like perfect. And I just think it's one of them areas that has been at the moment unspoilt. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It really was nice.
Yeah.
Well, I can't remember the name of the place. I don't know. Now I've said that.
Yeah. But to answer your question, yeah, I'd really like to do some bigger trips than that. But yeah, the truth is that I'm so busy doing the YouTube thing, which doesn't earn a lot of money. And so when I come off of that, I'm chasing my ass a bit, trying to get money in from work. You know, then there's the normal life stuff, isn't there? So
yeah.
But yeah, I often, to be honest, I often think like, you know, shall I just do trips and cut down on the reviews? But I don't know. I do enjoy the reviews. But it's just stressful.
I think what you should do is have a gap. So if you can do a review and then have a gap of about 2 weeks where you've already scheduled them. So you got to kind of like now, for example, if you could get them 5 bikes reviewed, and rather than putting them out week after week after week, do like a video in between them. And if you could then get to a point where you're like, right, I've got like 5 or 6 weeks here scheduled already, and then you got to kind of you can go and do like a cheeky weekend away or something.
Or use a review bike for a trip. How about that?
Yeah, I thought of that as well, actually. Yeah. But I mean, the thing is, when you filmed them, you want to get them edited as well, don't you? But editing is 2-3 days. As you know.
Epic Adam does them on the roll, doesn't he?
Yeah,
he's got his video up before he gets home.
So much easier on his phone as well.
How do you do that?
He does it all on his phone. It's like magic, bloody wizards.
Yeah.
Salamoto UK does it all on his phone as well.
Does he?
Yeah, he does it all on his phone. See, he showed me what he uses, and I'm like, I like to sit at a computer and
me too.
I think it gives you more options as well to how to edit the video if you do it on a computer as well, because you're restricted on the phone, aren't you, with transitions or putting music in or any of that malarkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to be, ain't you, really? You know, you got the same capability through your desktop as you have on your phone.
No,
So,
no.
you know, it's
Let alone the screen's so small as well. Doing all that malarkey is just, not for me.
no. Like I
So,
say, when I did that around the UK, I took my laptop. Never used it once.
Oh, did you?
No.
Right.
All I did was put it onto. I've got like a terabyte, so I just plugged all my footage into that, and then just.
That's what you do, Saddle, isn't it? You got a similar thing to that, haven't you?
I have used it like what do you call it? A mobile hard drive, I suppose.
Yeah. That's all I use. It's a mobile hard drive. So I transferred it over from the GoPro to the mobile hard drive, and then literally once it's on there, wipe the chip off, and it's done. And then I know then every day I've got a fresh chip to work off, rather than.
How does that work though? How do you plug your GoPro into a hard drive? And
you just plug your card in. You just slot your card in, and it downloads everything off the card. I didn't actually use it on the last trip, but I took it with me. But I had enough memory cards to get me through. So,
yeah. See, that's what I'm probably going to be buying this week for the next weekend. I'm probably going to get some because I've only got 2 128 gig memory cards at the moment, so that's always done me all right. But last year at ABR, I missed out on a couple videos because I'd run out of room. So, need to do something there. Yeah, might be an idea that.
See, do you not upload? Because what I used to do before I did that was every night or every day at the end of the day, upload it onto the app, the GoPro app on your phone.
No, never done that.
No, so again, at least that way you can scroll back because it tells you on the back of the GoPro how many files there is. So it'll say downloading one of 17 files.
It's quite slow, isn't it? I hear.
It depends what Wi-Fi you got.
Yeah.
So, but at least then, you know, even if it takes an hour, at least you know you've got that footage is saved on there. So if anything happens to that chip, that day's footage is you've got that day's footage. You are going to lose it then, and you can like say you can clear it then because you know you've got it on the app because you can see it on the app, and then you can clear that footage, and then you've got another 256 gigabytes for that day.
It's funny you say that because last year my one of my SD cards pooed its pants, and I lost 128 gigs worth of material. Yeah.
You see, I find that the SD cards. I've had it a couple of times now, where it'll upload to the GoPro app, or you know, I put it into my computer, and the computers can read it and say, for example, there's 16 minutes on there, but I can't get the footage off. It won't allow me to get the footage off.
All right.
So, and I've, you know, a couple of times I've paid and got the footage in the end, but some of it you just, you know, I've had that quite a few times. So
yeah,
I'm now buying like the SanDisk one. I use SanDisk, so the SanDisk ones I'll go on to now. Yeah. The SanDisk website. Yeah, so I'll buy it from their website, and since I've been doing that, I've not had an issue. So I don't know whether it was where I was buying them from.
Yeah, because Amazon do have good copies of SanDisk thing, and they're not
really.
They're in the packet. Everything looks like the legit thing, but it isn't. Unless you buy it direct from SanDisk or Argos or whatever, that's the way to do it. But got to be really careful with that because I know a lot of people who bought Amazon ones and they've all gone wrong. So be careful there.
Bandit Man UK, mate. That's what I do. I've got a 1 terabyte hard drive. They'll just put it on external hard drive. They'll just put it on, and then I'll just keep that safe on me all the time.
See, that's what I need, a solid state one. I haven't got one of those. Mine's like a disc out of a
proper disc thing. That's dodgy, isn't it, when you're shaking around in the back.
Yeah.
So that's the one I use.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Was that a terabyte? You say was it?
Yeah, that's a terabyte.
Yeah. How much?
I can't remember now.
I think about 60 quid or something, aren't they?
It was cheap, but it's for me. It just saves having loads of chips everywhere.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? 'Cause I've had it before where I've lost a chip and then you've lost like 3 days and I uploaded it or I put it to the GoPro app or nothing like that, and I've literally lost it, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
that's
You know
3
what?
days
That
gone.
is the one thing that keeps me up. It don't keep me up at night, but you know what I mean. Is having like 200 gigs worth of stuff on my computer now of rides that I've test rode, and then me phoning up one day and saying, "Oh, sorry, me disc is gone. Can I have those 3 bikes back?" It's like no chance.
No.
But that scares the what's it out of me. I mean, I could get another drive and mirror the drive and all that, but I don't really know how to do that.
What computer do you use?
One that's like that.
Because you can put an external hard drive into it.
Oh yeah,
And then obviously when you upload it or when you delete anything, mine goes to an external hard drive before it gets deleted, and then after like 30-40 days you can put a timer on it, and then it gets rid of it rather than
that's a good idea.
you wiping it. Because I've done that before in the past. I've edited a video, thought I'd uploaded it, deleted it, gone to it, and I got it. Then I've had to edit it all over again, and then you're struggling to find the footage and all the rest of it. So
yeah, 84 quid. It's
84
worth it.
That is it.
yeah. It is, because at least then, like I'll do both. So I put it onto the terabyte, and then I'll put it onto the external hard drive, and then I upload it to the GoPro website, the GoPro app. At least then, it's double.
Yeah, to be honest, I have tried the GoPro app. I've tried it once, and it just took too long, and I just thought
it does take a long time. But if you think like at least you've got it then. Even if it takes an hour,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Even if it takes an hour, you know what I mean. You can. What I usually like, I've got a routine. So if I get into an hotel, sort my stuff out, take my stuff off, pack everything away, get everything nice and neat, and then before I have a shower, I'll put everything on to download everything, and then when I come back, then I'll put like overnight. Then I'll put both the cameras to upload it to the cloud overnight. So when I wake up in the morning, first thing I do, check the cameras. 100%. Sound, wipe them. Off you go. And then
I tell you what, it's always a good. I don't know if this is just me being really sad, but I like going out for the day, doing loads of filming, getting indoors. And I'm like, I just want to get it plugged into the computer, and when it's shifting over, that's the time when I say, "Oh, hello, Doc, how are you doing? You all right? Everything okay?" Is it done yet? Yeah. I love that part when it shifts over. But then you've got to sort it all out. List all the way I do it is I list all the files. What shot is what shot and blah blah blah, where it goes in the file, because the files are always the funny numbers, aren't they, on GoPro, that they come out the thing.
It depends how you transfer them over. See, if you do it on the app, it goes in the obviously numerical order on the app. So when you put them over, then they'll come up from the app over to your computer. They'll come up in numerical order. Where if you just move them over as a oneer, they'll just come over as whatever's been downloaded first.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Hey, the old man.
The old man. Hello, old man. Biker buddy. Oh, biker buddy. I think he's off to the ABR, I think, as well. Yeah, I think he's going there. I think I better start knocking off now, boys, if that's all right. It's getting knocking off. You all right, Sado? Anything you want to say? Or
bye?
Yeah. Ciao for now. Bye.
Do you know what? I got everybody I met in Ireland to say that.
Yeah. I saw that today, actually. A Bullet Wanderer.
Yeah. Cool.
Legendary, mate.
To be fair, that's like when I see other people, they probably don't say mucker at all. But as soon as you speak to, hey, you mucker, you all right? And you're like, yeah, mucker, how are you? Sound.
Yeah.
That's just more. That's like being in the army. That's our terminology to each other. But when you kind of, because I say it so often, other people don't really say it. But then when they see me, that's all they remember. Do you know
relate
what I mean?
that word to you.
Yeah. So when they see me, them like today, I had a couple of lads come up to me at the soup sausage. How you doing, mucker? And they're talking to you like your best mates. And I was like, who are you? I'm like, do you know what I mean? I subscribe. I was like, how you doing? But obviously they watch the channel and they almost, they do know you. But you kind of
I've had that, to be honest. I had that at the weekend. Somebody come up to me and said, "Oh, hello, all right, how are you?" And I looked at him and I thought, absolutely no idea, who you are, until they said the name, and I thought, oh, of course.
recognise.
But I have actually met them before, but I can't remember. But obviously, they're seeing me every week, aren't they? On the on the computer or whatever.
Like
and it makes you feel really awkward and bad. But as soon as I said the name, I twigged then. But
yeah. But
yeah. You got any videos coming up, Peaky? In the can?
What have I got? Yeah, so I've got around by me. There's a bloke. Do you remember Dukes of Hazzard, the cars and Starsky and Hutch? Yeah. So he don't bring them out very often. He's quite an old boy. There's him and his son who've got them, and it's quite a rarity to see them out. And I went out for a ride, and I actually collared a shot with them because, like I said, unless I'm on showers, you don't bring them out. So I've got that one coming up, which is literally it's about a 3-second clip. But there's a spoiler. But and then I've got the one from today.
I've seen that one. I saw that one.
Yeah, going down the super sausage. But I'm just editing. Well, I've started editing it this morning. I did a couple of quick lives on it, a couple of quick shorts. But yeah, I've just got like a little 5-minute video that I'm going to edit, chuck together, and then just chuck it out.
So when you get an ode, when you have to say, "Do you remember the Dukes of Hazzard?" Do you know what it is? Some of the kids now, you say things to them, and they say, "Well, I'm 30 years old," but they can't remember what we remember.
No,
Buck Rogers and.
I'll tell you what I did.
Yeah, right.
I bought, the old phones that you had to dial like that.
Yeah.
Put your finger in it. So I bought one, and I put it on the side, swap the phones over, and I says, dial the number. So then they're pressing the buttons like it's like, this ain't working. Like it's like, and then when I showed them, they was like, "That's proper old, Daddy. That's proper." And I was like, "That's how it used to be." Do you know what I mean? I ain't even that old. I'm only 46.
Yeah, and even when we were using them back in the day, they were a pain in the ass. You're waiting for the thing to come back round again, aren't you?
And then you used to catch your finger in the little hole underneath.
Yeah.
You have a little blood blister at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, thanks for coming on, Peaky Biker.
Thank you, mate.
To his channel.
Cheers, Peaky.
Saddlebags 73 channel as well. Check out his video today. That was really, really nicely done. That Saddle, really, really well done.
Thanks.
And I guess I'll end it now. What things do I need to run through? Right, this will be part of a podcast. I forgot to say that. I would expect, so I might edit this one slightly and cut some fluff out in the beginning.
I did try not to swear.
I know you've done very well.
Thank you, mate.
It's not the end of the world, mate. I'm not.
Don't get watching.
I'm not overly precious about it. It's just I want people. I want it to be people to be able to listen. Family show like that. What's saying? Yeah. So part of a podcast. So go to Spotify and all good streaming providers will sort us out there. I'm hoping to get this video out. Shall I launch this video tonight now, or shall I do it tomorrow at 7? It's a bit late now, isn't it, to catch the wave? But
happy Father's Day as well, everybody.
Yeah, you too. Yeah. Happy Father's Day. So yeah, I've got a video coming out either today or tomorrow. So check in on that one, and hopefully it's not gonna. Yeah, hopefully it'll work out. Anyway, thanks for coming on, lads, and thanks to everybody in the side chat. Bandit Man UK, Howie, who's left us now, Lily, Blake, who's been there since the beginning, Slow Rider, Flat Cap Racer, and Tom STC, Lip Gloss Helmets and him. Yeah, all you guys, everybody in the side chat, thanks for coming along at the spur of the moment. Have a good week, guys. All right. And I'll see you on the next one.
Thank you, please.
Cheers, thank you.
Cheers.